Torchic.
8!
Oh my
god! No way!
He's officially back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth! Oh my god, it's like 3 in a row! Hey guys, Carbon here. I'm back with another video, and today we are going to talk about how it went for me on Torchic Community Day. And let me just say, this has so far been a better community day, I guess you can say. I don't know how to describe how much great it was, but you know, let's go over about it and see how my community day went. Okay, so today in this community day, usually in events like these, I would usually go by myself. And you know, I usually like going by myself because for me, it's much easier to, you know, if there's a group of Pokemon or like, you know, groups of clusters of the Pokemons coming out, I don't mind standing there and just, you know, catching them all of them at once. I don't care how high CP they are or low CP, or if they're not shiny, I would catch them still because, you know, 1 for the Stardust and 2 for the candy. So, and I don't feel like I'm holding anyone back. And so that usually goes well for me. And plus, you know, there's raids that people will show up to, and you know, there'll be enough time for me to go get some, to get whatever that's in the raid. But this time, I went to go community day with some friends. I did have plans to go by myself this time, but I wasn't able to because of certain circumstances. But you know, I was able to get somebody to pick me up, and we went to go in a group instead. So it was just me and 3 of my other friends went to go, and I was a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure what our plan was, but I was hoping that, you know, we would go to places that obviously that they know where big clusters of Pokemon that we're at. So our plan was this: we would go to Capital Park, you know, go over there, see how much we would do there, and yeah. And also, these guys wanted to also do an Azelf raid since, you know, it was a new Pokemon that was also recently released as well. So they want to go get that one as well. While we were on our way, we noticed there was a Azelf raid in Southside Park. So we decided, okay, let's just go over there instead and do some places. And for me, since I usually do my community days there, I knew where to go. So I was basically being their guide. So by the time when we got there, it was already 3 and the event started immediately. So we were out of our way to go get some. And also, immediately, one of my friends was able to get a shiny Torchic appear. It's just like boom right there, and he was able to get it in like under in a few minutes, and I was just like, what? And yeah, for strange reason, I was like, oh, I gotta get mine next. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get mine next too. Yeah, it was like, I don't know what happened. I think it just immediately started being a competition. So the race was on. Who else was gonna be next to get their shiny? And also, what I forgot to mention is that today was gonna be raining. Later in the evening, and yeah, this was the most weirdest thing ever because, you know, obviously Torchic is a fire type, and it was just, you know, it was really weird. Poor Torchic was not getting its weather bonus. So yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see, you know, it's just really interesting. And yeah, there was some people around too, and you know, during the whole event, yeah, it started to rain a lot. But, you know, people were still going out with hats. Some people were prepared. They had umbrellas. We didn't, so, you know, I'll get into more in that detail on how we were able to still catch Pokemon. And, yeah. And we were able to get some other Pokemon, such as other water types that were also appearing that you rarely see. So, yeah, well, there was a mix of Pokemon that we found as well. So, yeah, the race was on who can get the next shiny. Then another friend got their shiny, and then I got my shiny in about like 20 minutes in the event, and then my friend got theirs in the 30-minute mark. And yeah, even though we said we were gonna do the raid over there, I did say that, you know, we should just concentrate on the event, and we could possibly do the raid later because, you know, there's still enough time to do raids because they don't end until like the 27th. So there's no rush to go get them immediately, you know. So I didn't mind waiting for a few days to get something. Or I didn't mind waiting for a few hours to just get the Azelf eventually. So we're just taking laps around, and I noticed that not that many people were out. There were just, I guess, like a few groups that were there. There were some Poké lures that some people left on the Pokéstops. But I decided to put in some of my own because, you know, I know some of the I know pretty much the area, like where good spots to do some to drop off some lures. So I mostly use about 5 to 6 of my lure modules, and we were going on to our next destination. We were just going around, and so we're about like an hour in, and I don't think we got captured about a lot of shinies. So I think we're gonna capture like at least 3 or 4. Some of us did. I know for a fact one of my friends, Steve, was able to get 5. He got so many shinies out of all of us. Like he was getting a lot. My other friend, another friend only got 1, and then my other friend only got 1, and I think I only got like 2 or 3. So yeah, it was pretty much we were feeling like we might go to another area in case we're not getting enough shinies. But then immediately, like around 4 o'clock, it started to pour. Like it started to come into, the sprinkling and all the raining. And at first I was thinking, okay, rain, no big deal, we can go. But as I said, if I was by myself, I wouldn't mind walking around in the rain. And, I would have prepared more, bring an umbrella and all that stuff. But, I was in a group, and surprisingly, the group did not bring their umbrellas. There was no, none of us, I don't think none of them thought about, like, it's gonna rain today, I should bring an umbrella. They just mostly brought, had thick jackets or, raincoats that were fit for the rain. So we just went back into the car and just waited there. In the meantime, while we're waiting, I felt kind of like the urge of just like, man, this is not going to be a great community day. What are we going to do? But as I was, having those thoughts of like, regret of being in this group, my friend decided to use one of the new lures that were sorry. My friend, I don't know what happened. My tongue has twisted. Anyways, so my friend decided to use one of the new lure modules that was released as well. And those are the, the frost, I think it's called the frost one, and the moss, and the magnetic lures that were out. He decided to use the magnetic ones because I was telling them about, and I do want to do a future video talking about how much I don't like this idea, but we'll get into that later. I did tell him, like, you can just nickname your Eevees to get Glaceon and Leafeon, but, so I decided to just, so I suggested we should just use magnetic lure. And he managed to get one, and what's really interesting, I really do like about these new lures, because they're pretty cool, knowing the fact they bring out, they have a little cool animation coming out. But also, what I did not know about these lure modules, sure, they're evolution, but you could also have a better chance of having different types of Pokemon appear that you don't see in the wild. So, for example, since you use the steel one, you can also find other steel-type Pokemon such as Lairon and Magnemite. Those are 2 Pokemon I found so far. I don't know what other ones that will appear, but so far it shows that you can find some other some other type of Pokemon that you don't see in the wild as usual. So yeah, while we were there, we were just nearby a Pokestop where we parked, and I decided to, okay, I have a Magneton and a Nosepass that I feel like I should evolve. So far, the Magneton I evolved, pretty good high CP for API, if I do say so myself. Really awesome. And then Probopass, not my highest, but I will eventually start getting it some more Stardust so I can be a little bit stronger. So yeah, in the meantime, we were just chilling in the car, just waiting. I don't know, I guess we were just, I don't know what these guys were doing. I think one of my friends was evolving them or checking them around the area, because they also wanted to do some raids. Now, I did not want to do some raids because I really don't feel like doing them, because I really don't need these Pokemon. Some of the raids that we did one was a shift free raid. I did not record it, so don't worry about that. I'm not gonna show you that kind of footage. So yeah, I did it anyways because I didn't want to make them feel bad that I didn't join the group. But this is like, I'm not really worried about getting some new Pokemon or getting these Pokemon at all. But what did came to mind was that also there was another thing that came out, which was also new Pokemon. Now I think there were just a few, such as Cherubi, Gibble that can evolve into Garchomp. What else? Hippopotamus and Hippopotamus. No, sorry, Hippopotapus and Hippopotawan. Man, those names are really confusing. Yeah, there was just a bunch of new Pokemon that were appearing, and we decided to go. Well, mostly the I don't know. I guess you could say the leader of the group decided to just suggest the driver to just take us to where the most of these new Pokemon were appearing. So we head on over, and we decided to go to head up Capital Park. Now, in my past videos, I have shown a little bit of Capital Park. I know in my last Poké Community Day, you can see, I think I showed one part of the video where you can see a bunch of lure modules that were pink, just a bunch of pink everywhere. And I told myself I will go there next time for the next Community Day, because as much as I like Southside Park, I gotta try Capital Park and see how much I do better. And I did do one there during the Earth Day to get Groudon. Anyways, so we went over there to get Cheryl. That was our first Pokemon to appear. And yeah, we're driving by. So mostly the rest of the event, we were just mostly driving around in a car, just getting these Pokemon. Now, it's a little bit difficult getting Pokemon that are not walking instead of driving, because it's a little bit harder because you gotta react fast. And since there's lure modules everywhere and you have your incense on, you're gonna get about like 5 to 6 or more Torchics appearing, because they're high spawn rate. So you gotta click on every single one to go find them. So yeah, it was a little bit difficult to find these Pokemon where they were at. Also, while we were there were some other lure modules that were out. There was you can also see the other animations of the mossy ones. A little bit okay if you ask me, and the ice one. Yeah, you can see it as well. It's okay too. Yeah. So yeah, they were pretty okay. But like I said, I wasn't really planning to use them to evolve into my EVs. So, I mean, I did plan at the end of the event to evolve my EV to Glaceon. Spoiler alert. So, I ended up doing that because I don't think I need Leafeon, because I have way too many Pokemon that are grass type that are pretty good, such as my Sceptile. Well, I don't know what I have Executor. I have 2 of them, so I was like, I don't think I need another one. But maybe I should in the future, in case I do need like a good EV. A good Leafeon, and plus to fill up my Pokédex. So yeah, while we were on our way to go looking for Pokemon, the competition was still on who can get the most of shiny Pokemon. So far, my friend Steve was already about 8. He was way ahead of us, and I haven't found a shiny just yet. But eventually, I managed to get a streak of shiny Torchics appearing from left to right. It was amazing. Look at this.
Oh, 6. Oh, 7.
Oh my god!
Woohoo!
Was it like
Huh?
the next one right after the other one?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
We're coming out fast. We're catching up to Steve.
No!
No. Being his streak. Here we go.
I'm fortunate.
8.
Oh my
God. No way.
He's officially back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth. Oh my god, it's like 3 in a row.
Can you believe it? I was managed to get 3 Torchics in a row in under a minute. That's crazy. That was like the most fastest Pokemon I ever got. So yeah, I was already tied with my friend Steve. We were already up ahead. We were just at it, man. It was crazy. So yeah, we wound up going up, still looking around, looking for some other Pokemon that will appear. We went to go to, I forget where we went. We went to go more up in the city. We went to go find a Burmy that was in an alleyway. And while we were on our way, there was a Porygon that showed up. That was pretty awesome to see. You don't see Porygon very often in the wild. I know I've captured some Porygon back then in the wild. One time that was nearby me, but like I said, those are very rare to find. And yeah, and then we went to find Burmy. To me, it was a little bit weird. He was just floating there when I saw him. Pretty funny to see. Really fun animation. Alright, so not much going around the community day. So we went to continue on, and I think it was hitting about 5:30. Now, around 5:30 is at least where I got most of my shinies. I got about 12 shinies during that whole event. It went really well for me to get that many Torchics. But while we went on our way, we went to go stop by an area in Capitol Park that was nearby. And there was an house elf wedding, and it was about to happen in about under 10 minutes, so we decided let's go ahead and do it and see who's there. Now, funny enough, when we got there was a bunch of group of people out there. It was amazing to see. I never realized that you can be in a group of people showing up. That's pretty amazing to see. So yeah, we were able to get in a group of people to find. But you know, what really crossed my mind was the fact that in this area that we're at, it was a pretty small place. Like there was like cars that didn't pass for traffic, but most importantly, there was places for parking. But it's not for just for anyone. This parking was reserved for, I guess, for the people who work for the state or who had appointments for the state or something like that. So it was reserved parking, but as I saw, there was a bunch of cars, and I noticed that some people probably got off of their cars to go do the Elsa raid. It was pretty amazing to see, and pretty funny. I did want to take a picture of it, but I didn't want to look weird, so I decided not to do it. I was gonna do it with my shiny Torchic, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of hard to do that. Now, sadly, I did not record this part because my phone, for some reason, was not be able to save it because I guess the video I did of recording was too big. So I wasn't able to show enough footage of what happened. So yeah, I mean, I can't really notice how much time I'm recording then since, yeah, there's no indication. I like, the only way I could know is if I look at the time and know how long I've been recording and, you know, have that memorized. But, you know, I was concentrating on catching Torchics in the car, so it was pretty hard for me to look at the time and remember what time did we left off. And plus, you know, yeah, I don't know. Well, there's no plus, sorry. I'm just rambling. But yeah, yeah, like I said, like I don't know how much I was recording, and plus, you know, one of the videos I recorded was at least 27 minutes long, so yeah, I wouldn't know. So we went to go do the raid, boom, got it done in a few seconds actually. It was pretty fast. And I managed to catch my Azelf, but sadly my two other friends were not able to get it. And yeah, they were pretty bummed out about it. But I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and go do some more raids. I don't mind doing another one. And yeah, just after we went to go look for some raids, the event was already over. So I went to go do another raid. We went to go do 2 more. Sadly, this is the first time for me in a raid, I think, that I have failed to catch a Pokemon. And this happened twice. This Azelf did not want to go in. I threw in as many raspberries as I can. I used all my catches. I waited perfectly for the right time to throw it. I used a curveball. Nothing. It was a horrible luck. I remember this happened to me last time with Giratina. I almost this close to not getting it, but I managed to do it. So yeah, I don't know. This time was just, it was pretty scary. But I managed to get one. So yeah, even though the event was over, we still went to go on to continue to go look for some other Pokemon. And luckily for me, I happened to stumble upon a Lotad. But this was no Lotad, it was a shiny Lotad. My dude, I was so surprised I got one. It was so unexpected. I don't know what was the reason. Probably there was lure modules, and probably I still had my incense sauce and that what created it, or probably because it was rainy season, who knows. But I managed to get my shiny, another shiny. It was awesome. And this happened to me last time too. You know, it's crazy. My luck has gone better in some aspects, I think. So yeah, that concludes my whole day at how it went on my community day. And I gotta say, going with a group, I want to say deep down, like, I kind of don't like being a group because there are some problems with it, such as, you know, you can't really do your own thing. You gotta stay attached with somebody else because you don't get lost and plus all that. So it was just a hard time being like sticking to these people when they're like obviously rushing you. They also like want to hurry up and all that stuff, and it's just like, like this is getting pretty difficult to control. But honestly, it wasn't so bad, honestly, as I thought it would be. I managed to get all my shinies, and plus, I never really thought about it, but I guess I did have a record to beat. So, I managed to beat my record. I think it was 9. I want to say it was 9, because I don't know. I looked at it, and I was counting how many Bagons I got. I forgot. Salamence 2 is my shiny. So yeah, out of all... So my recent record with my last community day was 9. now I have 12. 12 shinies. I can't believe it too, my dudes. It's pretty crazy, and it's pretty amazing to see that I was able to get a shiny Lotad out of all places. Oh yeah, and also when I got my shiny Lotad, my friend insisted of trading in me, and he still is really trying to get me to, you know, trade him something for it. I don't know. I mean, I did want, because I do have another shiny Lotad from the recent event, which was the Lotad research, and I looked at it, and its stats were good, but not great. The shiny Lotad I caught in the event, or after the event, sorry, was way much better than the other one I got, and I was like, I want to keep this one so badly. I don't know, for me, it's hard for me to give away multiple shinies. Like, I want to keep it for, like, reasons. Like, I don't know, I don't know, to me, it's like a hard, like, it's so hard for me to give it away. That's what I'm saying. It's really hard for me to give this away to somebody else. So, I decided to just wait for, I don't know. I'm kind of itching a little bit on what I want to get, but we'll see what comes out. I don't know. I guess I'll just update you guys on Twitter on what happens if I ever get it on, if I ever did the trade or not. So yeah. And with that, guys, that concludes my day with Community Day. And let me know how to go for you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what else, how many shinies did you catch this time, and were you able to beat your old record, and did you find any other shinies? Did you ever do the Azelf raids? Tell me all your details in the comments, and I would love to read them. Yeah, this time I did not have a topic. You know, usually I would prepare one, but yeah, I think this sums up pretty much the whole video of just me explaining how it went for me in the Community Day. So yeah. So with that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next event, or you know, just a normal video. Who knows? You'll just find out, okay? I don't know. I'm just terrible at goodbyes. I don't like saying goodbye, and I really hate it. Alright, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.